hammerheads. Cheers for tuning in to one of my stupid videos yet again. Well, I don't like to think of them as stupid. All depends what I'm talking about, really, don't it? I mean, you know what, right? This might sound a tad bizarre, but I've just rang bloody Askham Grange prison in York. I rang them up. You know, I asked to speak to the governor. Well, it took us a while to get through to anyone, and eventually it was like somebody answered. Hello, Askham Grange, open prison, blah blah blah. No, I says to her, can you put me through to the governor, please? Marion Mahoney. And she says, I don't know if it was a he or a she. I couldn't really tell at the time. And she says, what does it well, first of all, they said, no, it's too late. I'm not putting you through to her at this time of night. And then he or she said, well, what does it concern, what's it about, blah de blah, you know. And I says, well, what it is, I'm a writer, and I've been doing a bit of research, and then fucking hung up on us, didn't they? You know what I mean? Hey, that's a bit fucking bad-mannered. No respect whatsoever for, you know, I'm struggling writers, you know what I mean? So, no cooperation whatsoever. The reason I was ringing that prison up, right, was because just before that I was watching a documentary on Tracey Andrews. Remember that? Sorry, hammerheads. Well, remember, well, she stabbed a lad to death, didn't she, in the car? 37 times she stabbed him, supposedly, with a Swiss Army knife. They never found the weapon, because she strategically... what the hell's going on with my speech tonight? Anyway, she hid the bloody knife in her boots, you know what I mean, one of her boots, and put it in the bloody bin in hospital. So, like, ooh, that's why it was never found. And she must have sat there watching it on telly and all that, and everyone else, the bloody forensics, combing the area, the murder scene area, for this bloody weapon. And it wasn't there. They couldn't find a bloody thing, obviously. They were all baffled and confused and bemused and perplexed, because where's this murder weapon? And another reason why they were so confused as well was because, apart from, I mean, both arteries in his neck were like stabbed to fucking bits, right? So he just bled to death in under a minute probably. There was also like puncture marks, like look like miniature scissors, and that's how they like figured out, oh, it must be a Swiss Army knife. But they found the bloody imprint on the inside of one of her boots, so she smuggled it in hospital, and that were it. Tell you what, right, I'm not going to be judgmental here. I don't know the woman. I just know she murdered a boyfriend. But, I mean, did you punch yourself? Why was she all battered and all that? even if he did it, she might have done. But my point is, right, if she did just lash out with a bloody Swiss Army knife, oh, get off it, you bastard, Lee, and all this, then why, right? And this is a great, big, massive, gigantic, enormous, huge, whopping, immense, life-changing question, right? Why, right, did she pursue this bloody trail of lies about this road rage killer? Well, a gang of lads in a car who fucking killed him for out and that and beat her up. Why? If it was a self-defence thing, if it was like a moment of madness, why can't she took that all the way to bloody jail with her? And she still hasn't revealed what happened, really happened. All we've got is like detailed accounts from forensics and the police and everyone else, you know, and now she's 41, she's due to be released this year, I think. I mean, because I was going to write, not specifically about her in question, but I've got lots of writing ideas going on the back burner, you know what I mean? I was going to write about certain, like, female killers in one book, so to speak, and blah de blah, and why they do it, what makes them take you. And that's why I rang the prison up, and whoever that was a bit off, you know what I mean? He or she should be fucking locked up for life, talking to me like that. Who do they think they are, like? Do not realise who I am. Jesus wept his baby little heart out. No, I was only trying to gather information. Research. If you don't research things thoroughly enough, right, you end up falling on your fucking arse, making loads of mistakes, like a lot of people do. I mean, for instance, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings here, but quite a lot of Stephen King's books have errors in them. Everyone's books do. But, you see, I know a lot about guns, firearms, you know, I know how they work, what country they're from, what the calibre is, blah-de-blah-de-blah. And he just makes mistakes when it comes to, like, fire. He might not do it now, but he used to do it then, when I was, like, I wouldn't say a Stephen King fan, but I used to read a few of his things back then. In my opinion, the best book he ever written was, Misery, because it had to be difficult to write a book like that with not many characters in. I know that because the book I'm writing at the minute, there's only 2 main characters in it. My first novel, however, God take your pick, there's millions of bastards in it. Nevertheless, Tracey Andrews, I mean, what the hell was she doing? Really, you know, she was bloody nice looking and everything, you know what I mean? Crazy, obviously. All blondes fucking are crazy. And just recently, she was on day release to get loads of, like, treats for herself and clothes shopping, and just before that, $5,000 on cosmetic surgery to sort of protrusion, I can't even pronounce that word, a jutting jaw anyway, some sort of jaw out. $5,000 at the taxpayer's fucking expense, right? That's not very nice, you know what I mean? Rumour has it she did have a lesbian affair in prison as well, but it could be just that, rumour. See, I'm a firm believer of not believing hearsay, rumours, blah de blah, Chinese whispers, you know, nobody knows, do they? Not for sure. But anyway, I remember reading about that when it happened. 1st of December. 1st of December it was. 1996. I was working at bloody Key Gas Engineering in Southwick. Because everyone else where I used to work used to read the Sun and the Star and the Sport, the Daily Sport. I mean, fucking hell. You've got to be... The Daily Sport. I mean, you might as well read... Well, I'll tell you what, right? You might as well get some used toilet paper and smear it all over your body, you know? It's the same thing as reading the Daily Sport, isn't it? Because it's all, well, I can't explain what it is. It's just fucking shit. Rubbish. Crap. Absolutely pathetic. Daily Sport. What am I talking about newspapers for? Because I read about it in Daily Mirror, right? Only paper I fucking have time for. And like, I was following it pretty closely, you know, the tale of the road rage killers and that, and blah blah blah. And people went along with it for quite a while. But for her to sit there on national television, the whole world's watching her, right, and cry and say, please find the killer of my boyfriend. This is killing me. It's destroyed my life. And then still not admit that she bloody murdered him. Why didn't she admit it from the start? There might have been a few shoulders to cry on or something. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but you know what I mean. That's what makes her a really cold killer, because she pursued and pursued this bloody fabrication of a Sierra chasing them down a country lane because to cut them up at a previous roundabout or junction or something, and she wouldn't let go of it. She was like a pit bull biting onto a bloody steak or something. And that's what buried her, really. She could have been, you know, in and out of prison in about 6 years if she just told the bloody truth at the beginning. But no. She had to lie and go around the houses and stick by it and all. Even though the evidence was so overwhelming, it's like she was almost suffocating beneath it. Still wouldn't admit it. Still wouldn't tell the truth. Bloody hell. Human nature is really, really strange, isn't it? I mean, people like her, right? Yeah, we've all been in bad relationships. I was married to somebody like her. Obviously, I left before she managed to murder me, but pure luck, I suppose. I don't know, or maybe I just opened my eyes one day and seen the lights. But, you know what I mean? Oh my God. Well, I've got my glasses on upside down now. I bet they end up falling off eventually. I mean, Tracey Andrews, right, you know, she was an ex-model and she worked in a bar and all that. But, I don't know, her and Lee Harvey, they shouldn't have been together, you know. I mean, that's easy for me to say because I was in such a rocky marriage at one time. It was like, what am I doing with her? Something kept drawing me back. In the early days before we lived together or anything like that. Maybe I don't know. Some people are just drawn to each other, you know. with lethal consequences, I'm afraid. But see, it's just part of life, isn't it? It's all about gambling and taking chances. But I should be getting out shortly. And you know what the really horrible thing is? She's not, she won't be getting bloody, she's not priority enough to like receive an honour to me, and a non, what the hell is it? An honour to me. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't fucking care anyway. She's going back to the bloody same place, right? Where her ex-boyfriend, well, a dead boyfriend's parents live, and she's gonna like just waltz around, you know what I mean? And there's not a bloody thing any of them can do about it. I mean, it's not very pleasant now, is it? No, it's not. But it's one of life's ways of saying, fuck you, I deal you ace of spades whenever I bloody well want. You know what I mean? So, live with it and deal with it and put up and shut up. Well, that's the attitude, isn't it? Anyway, bloody Tracey Andrews, my arse. Goodbye, hammerheads.